Hello. Hope you guys how you guys doing? Well, I'm going to make a video, and this is concerning the Umar saga with his Cash App, and people wonder what's going on with Cash App. But this is the
haircut. Our journey has
this
been
is
remarkable. From being a
this gonna come
self-funded
back
startup
by
to
with this
raising
video.
over $10 million on starting. But this
Hello and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. If you have been using popular third-party payment processors, or in other words, cash apps such as Venmo or PayPal, you may have heard about the new Internal Revenue Service tax rule. In 2022, the tax agency introduced a bill that would require cash apps to report all transactions on the IRS form 1099-K that in total exceed $600 per calendar year. Given that this is such a low threshold, the new proposal received quite a bit of backlash from freelancers, from business owners, and just regular users. And so after a while, it was put on hold until the 2023 tax filing season. But now that this year's tax season is right around the corner, I would like to go ahead and share a quick update with you. We'll talk about the latest developments as well as how they may apply to your individual circumstances, whether you are a business owner or if you're just someone who likes to use cash apps for non-business related transactions. I want to quickly remind you that all tax related topics and business related topics are covered in detail on my separate channel available on Rumble and on YouTube. I will link it in the description below for you, and I highly recommend you go ahead and subscribe if you're interested in this type of content. So here's the latest update. The Internal Revenue Service announced that it decided to once again delay the new tax reporting law. Now, the law is delayed, but it is not off the table. The IRS is still working to implement it. The IRS Commissioner, Danny Werfel, recently said that the IRS spent a lot of time gathering feedback from a variety of stakeholders, and it realized that additional time is needed to implement the tax law. So they are just putting this on pause for now. The IRS referred to 2023 tax season as a transition year, and in addition to the delay, the IRS now says, okay, maybe you were right. Maybe $600 was a bit too low of a threshold, too much too soon, that is. So now the IRS says that the new threshold will still be much lower than the original one. In its official announcement, the IRS said, given the complexity of the new provision, the large number of individual taxpayers affected, and the need for stakeholders to have certainty with enough lead time, the IRS is planning for a threshold of $5,000 for tax year 2024 as part of a phase-in to implement the $600 reporting threshold enacted under the Biden's American Rescue Plan. The IRS decided to effectively ease us into the new, very, very low threshold of $600 by implementing this in-between phase. The agency said there would be an estimated 44 million forms 1099-K sent if they were to enact the $600 threshold now, and so they want to avoid dealing with the confusion and questions by effectively taking it one step at a time. Additionally, the IRS will make changes to Form 1040 filed by individual taxpayers in conjunction with implementing the new 1099-K requirements. So you do need to watch out for the changes to your individual tax form 1040 when the new requirements are fully launched. So in a way, this is excellent news. However, the assumption here is that any income should be reported to the IRS based on the tax code, regardless of when this new tax law becomes effective. For this year's taxes, no new reporting requirements are in effect unless you receive over $20,000 and have more than 200 transactions in 2023. So same rules as last year apply. What does this mean for you? Let's say your total freelance or business earnings exceed $600. You were paid through a third-party app such as Venmo, PayPal, CashApp, or Zelle. This means that this year you won't receive IRS Form 1099-K to file with your 2023 tax return. What you will receive, however, and I explained this in great detail detail on my channel dedicated to taxes and to small business, you will receive Form 1099 NEC. NEC stands for non-employee compensation, and you will receive that from the entity that paid you. That same entity will send a copy of your 1099 NEC directly to the IRS, so the IRS will already know the amount that you effectively earned. You will need to include that amount from your Form 1099 NEC as income earned on your return. So there's a very detailed video that explains how Form 1099 NEC works over on my tax and business channel. You're welcome to watch that video next. All reporting thresholds apply to Form 1099K this year. So just to make that clear, all reporting thresholds apply to Form 1099K this year. For example, if you received payments in excess of $20,000 and had 200 or more transactions, you will receive Form 1099K. This falls under current tax reporting rules. I would like to remind you that when this new reporting tax law does go into effect, it will impact not just freelancers or business owners who use cash apps to receive payments for their goods and services. It may have an impact on other people who choose to use cash apps, because once you hit that new threshold, you may receive Form 1099K from your cash app, and the IRS will get a copy of it as well, by the way. Even though the new requirement is for business transactions only, there is a very valid concern that third-party payment processors won't be able to effectively distinguish with 100% accuracy and certainty whether a payment is made in course of a trade or business, especially when transactions between two non-business cash app accounts. So they will have a very difficult time understanding and reporting business versus personal transactions, and that is something that every single user has to be aware of. I realize that it may be confusing, so let's just take a quick look at the IRS website. I want you to see how the tax agency explains it. Reporting requirements do not apply to personal transactions such as birthday or holiday gifts, sharing the cost of a car ride or meal, or paying a family member or another for a household bill. These payments are not taxable and should not be reported on Form 1099K. So just like I mentioned, make sure that when you do receive Form 1099K, it doesn't report any of your personal transactions. However, the casual sale of goods and services, including selling using personal items like clothing, furniture, and other household items for a loss, could generate a Form 1099K for many people, even if the seller has no tax liability from those sales. The IRS is effectively acknowledging that the implementation of this new threshold may cause multiple errors, because it will be extremely difficult for them to distinguish between business versus non-business transactions. However, a taxpayer is ultimately held liable for ensuring that his or her taxes are correct. So likely, whenever this tax law is fully rolled out, it will cause errors, confusion, but taxpayers are going to be ultimately held responsible, held liable for reviewing their Forms 1099K to ensure that the income reported is accurate. That's what you will be taxed on. I believe that this new tax law will be rolled out in late 2024, just in time for the tax filing season in the spring of 2025. So either way, it is a good idea to get really familiar with tax forms 1099K and 1099 NEC now. If you need some help, I will upload a series of videos on my tax channel, so please
Now, this was related to with the recent saga around Umar. This was an incident that happened. This probably what happened, but he's blaming the white man and everything. Watch this.
FlexJobs is the #1 job site to find remote, work from home, and flexible schedule job opportunities.
Let me start off by saying, won't he do it? Let me start off by saying, won't he do it? Let me start off by saying, won't he do it? Can I get an amen? Breaking news, FDMG CashApp has been shut down. Yes, you heard me correctly. FDMG CashApp has been shut down. let's get into it. As you can see here on the screen, I pulled this directly from Umar Johnson's Instagram page. As of today, it says PayPal, check and money order only. Dr. Umar School for Boys, they tried to discourage us on an Honorable Frederick Douglass 207th solar return. It's always some solar return with this guy. We were notified this morning that our Cash App was canceled. We asked for clarity, but were not offered any reason for the sabotage. Ironically, all of the other fraudulent Cash App accounts are still being allowed to operate in our name. So as you can see here, Umar Johnson has been banned from receiving donations via Cash App, and I think this is excellent news. He says this happens on the 207th solar return of the Honorable Frederick Douglass. And my question is, have the ancestors spoken? Is this a message from the ancestors that this school scam needs to come to an end? Should Umar Johnson take this as a sign that it's almost the end of the road? You let me know in the comments below. We're about to get into an actual clip that Umar uploaded from the airport, because you know he is back on the grind. And he speaks about being banned from Cash App. I just want to go over one more post from his Instagram, then we'll get into that. While I have this up, let's get into the comments. Someone said, Cash App said, is the HVAC done? Brother, it's a never-ending scam. Nothing can ever be done. Someone says, wow, this happens when you're doing major things. Someone, what is it? Hire someone you can trust. I guess that must be hire someone you can trust, Doc, and have them set it up. I'm sending something now to the PayPal. Oh, love, Monique. I tell you, bro, Umar Johnson has some of these black women in an absolute headlock. Someone says, I donated on Tuesday. I still see the FDMG school money order is crazy. Cash it is, then. You should put a mail slot or something so we can put the cash in if we stop by the school, Doc. Absolutely insane. In 2025, you still have individuals donating to this scam. They don't want us to use their platform because now they know who you are, because you are not promoting toxicity. I mean, Umar is the definition of toxicity, so I don't know what that commenter is referring to there. But let's get into this post. 2015, due to false complaints from the Negro-cracy and YouTube struggle streamers, our GoFundMe was canceled. 10 years later, this goes to show that Umar has been collecting donations for over 10 years. I mean, this is straight from his account. And the Cash App has been canceled of 2025. It says, wow, the very reason we can't get ahead. They hating on you so bad. I mean, you see these people in these comments are absolutely delusional. Damn, how are we going to donate, Doc? They did cancel the GoFundMe for Luigi, that alleged killer though. I mean, people are always copping pleas and making excuses. In the comment section for Umar Johnson, again, let's get straight into the clip now.
Thank you, the board.
Loves to draw things out, my lord. But can we just get to the talking? App is no more. The FDMG Cash App is no more. The FDMG Cash App is no more. You can no longer donate on Cash App. You can no longer donate on Cash App. You can no longer donate on Cash App.
Sometimes it feels like there are not enough hours in the day to get all the work done. So when valuable hours are spent getting
donate on Cash App, you can no longer donate on Cash App. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Or check or money order. And this is an absolutely beautiful thing that Cash App has banned Umar Johnson from collecting donations for this scam. Again, like I said, it's been going on for so long. Now, if you can just get this PayPal shut down, because the PayPal is international, you get this PayPal shut down, could really put a halt into these plans. Because I mean, in 2025, outside of probably the elderly population that are familiar with Umar, no one's really mailing in, checks and money orders in 2025. So I mean, I probably guess that his primary mode of receiving donations are the Cash App and the PayPal. That's why he's in a frenzy right now. Check or money order. Check or money order. P.O. Box 9634 Wilmington, Delaware. Check or money order. P.O. Box 9634 Wilmington, Delaware 19809. Check or money order. P.O. Box 9634 Wilmington, Delaware 19809. Or PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. I want to thank all the students and alumni at HBCU Edward Waters University. Thank you for this wonderful hoodie that I'm... Let's pause this right here. Edward, whatever the name is. Edward, what do you say? Edward, whatever. This HBCU is... Hold on, let me get this right. My Edward Waters University. Edward Waters University. They should be ashamed of themselves. Anyone that would sign off on having Umar Johnson come and speak at their university. Again, like I said, when you have speakers come to speak, especially at a college campus, you should be doing research on these individuals. And to have a scammer who literally stole billions of dollars from black people to be at an HBCU, a historically black university, and giving any type of speeches is absolutely insane. I want to say thank you to all the students and alumni from HBCU Edward Waters University 1866, 1866, who showed up and showed out last night. I loved you, HBCU Edward Waters University. I loved you, HBCU Edward Waters University. Tiger Nation. Tiger Nation was in full effect last night. Tiger 19809, one Jazzy Lady. 19809, P.O. Box 9634. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. Or PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Please spread the word. No more PayPal. No more Cash App, excuse me. No more Cash App. All the fake Cash Apps are still up. They shut us down, but they left the fake Cash Apps on Cash App. Somebody help me understand how you shut down the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy Cash App on Frederick Douglass's birthday. You shut down the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy Cash App on Frederick Douglass's birthday. You shut down the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy Cash App on Frederick Douglass' birthday. But you leave all the fake Cash Apps up there. All the... Well, brother, I mean, your Cash App was a scam as well. They're all scams. I mean, you're just upset now that instead of people giving to these other fake Cash App scams, they can't no longer contribute to your scam. This money wasn't going to the school. This money was going into your pockets. And again, brother, maybe this is a sign from the ancestors that you need to stop this school scam. Maybe this is Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, reincarnated, their spirits, trying to let you know, Umar, to stop this scam. You've already stolen millions of dollars from black people. When is enough? I mean, it's time to just come out and say, look, I got it over my head. I never seen it. It was at a point in time where tens of thousands of dollars were probably coming in per day, per week.
You guys see that right there? This is the IRS. The IRS announced delays for implementation of the $600 reported threshold for third-party payment platforms with a 1099K form. So if Umar Johnson is getting way more than $600 in donations from black people, he's got to now report that money and he's got to pay taxes on it. There is a reason why Cash App shut him down. And I'm going to say it again. PayPal is not that far away from putting a reckoning on Umar Johnson. They're not that far away. If he continues the same methodology that he used on Cash App, they're shutting him down as well, no doubt.
This new law got so many complaints that in 2022, the IRS decided to postpone the law. So that happened in 2022. Same thing happened in 2023. The IRS said that we're going to ignore the law and delay the implementation. Now, for this coming tax season, which is right around the corner, they're going to implement it. That's what the IRS commissioner says. But instead of dropping it down from $20,000 to $600, they're going to give taxpayers a break. That's what they're saying. So the threshold for this tax filing season is going to be $5,000.
So $5,000 for this tax season, which is the 2024 tax season. But going into 2025, it's going to be a different thing. So if Umar Johnson has gathered up over $5,000, or even over that amount, then he's got to pay taxes on that. He has to report it. They're going to send him that 1099K form. And this guy here is going to tell you that you can't ignore this. Now, this is not only for Umar Johnson, but this is for all of us as content creators on YouTube. If we earn over a year over the amount of the threshold that's coming down the pipeline, particularly in the next tax year, which would be 2025. But this year, they're giving you a little bit of a break. As he's saying here, let's continue.
$20,000 to $600, they're going to give taxpayers a break. That's what they're saying. So the threshold for this tax filing season is going to be $5,000. The rule is still $600, but they're giving some leeway for this season. If you get this 1099K tax form, it looks like this, don't throw it away. Otherwise, you will receive a letter from the IRS, I guarantee you. Their systems see that you have it, they see that you didn't report it, and they come after you. It's an automated process of basically just...
This is what's going to happen to Umar if he does not pay taxes on the money that he earns from PayPal as well as Cash App. They're going to come down on him. There's a reason why Cash App banned him and stopped him. Not because they're trying to stop him from opening up a school. It's because there's something uncouth with what Umar has been doing on his Cash App, allegedly.
If-then statements. You can run, but you can't hide. They're going to get you. These 1099Ks will be sent out in January. So probably millions of Americans are unaware of this, and they will be caught off guard. Another thing that I want to mention, which is very important, this is reality.
Wait a minute. Umar, did you hear what that man just said? Did you hear what he just said, everybody? Put sevens in the chat room if you heard what he just said. You can run, but you can't hide. So Umar can continue doing the stuff that he's been doing, but eventually they're going to get him. And even though Cash App shut him down, it doesn't mean that Uncle Sam won't still want to collect anything that has to do with his Cash App. They can shut you down, but doesn't mean you don't still own Uncle Sam. Everybody, if you hear what I'm saying, put sevens in the chat room if it's making sense. But let's hear what this man is saying.
That the IRS does make mistakes.
Yeah,
So it's not a perfect system, and this could cause many taxpayers to pay excess taxes unnecessarily.
That means
And
all
of course,
of
I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm telling you, the IRS makes errors. Some of the errors go public, like the incident last year in 2023, when the IRS sent out millions of incorrect CP14 notices. And there are errors by the payment processors as well, especially when they're enacting a new rule change. So I want to clear up some frequently asked questions. You should only receive a 1099-K for payments that you receive for something you sold or services rendered.
So that means money received, like a donation, Umar.
If you pay for a meal with your friends and your friends reimburse you by Venmo, that does not count. If your parents send you money for rent, that doesn't qualify either. Receiving money for birthday gifts, graduation gifts, gifts in general are not qualifying transactions. The $5,000.
Now, Umar may try to use the excuse that the money that black people have given him are gifts. Let's hear.
$5,000 threshold is the total amount received for the year. The $5,000 threshold is per platform per year. So in 2024, if you get paid $4,000 through PayPal and $2,000 through Cash App, then neither PayPal nor Cash App will issue you a 1099-K. If you receive money by Zelle, that does not trigger a 1099-K because it is not a third-party payment processor. They say that's a bank-to-bank
So basically, if Umar is getting money from PayPal and he's also getting a Cash App, then you get there's no 1099-K issued. But the total threshold is $5,000 threshold is the total amount received for the year. $5,000 threshold is per platform. Zelle transfers don't count. It's a bank-to-bank transfer. I hope that makes sense, everybody.
transfer. Now, I do want to tell you this. There is a chance that they don't implement the rule for this tax filing season either, that they delay it again. If they do, I'll let you know, but
Everybody, that's for 2024 tax season if you have not already filed your taxes. If you're a content creator and you've gotten money through Cash App and the money that you've gotten or you've earned for the year goes over the $5,000 threshold, then you will have to pay potentially whatever the taxes are on that, right? But if you're not getting that total, you don't go over the threshold, then you're not going to have to worry about that. Let's continue this. I just wanted to play this as we get ready to go forward with Umar Johnson's rants.
if not, then consider this in effect, and the threshold for this year, this tax filing season, will be $5,000. Just so you know, there are bills in Congress that are trying to keep the threshold at $5,000. Because again, it's supposed to go down to a $600 threshold. So this is the bill in the Senate. It's called Cut Red Tape for Online Sales Act. And there are other bills, such as this one, also in the Senate that are trying to raise the threshold to $10,000. So this one's called the Red Tape Reduction Act. And then you have other politicians. They're trying to raise it back to the original $20,000 threshold. And of course you have the lobbyists that work for these third-party payment processors. They're trying to influence the politicians to raise their 20K and also add...
So as you can see, they really want to raise it, make the threshold bigger, but it's all caught up in government now. So we'll see how this happens, how this all goes down. I wanted to play that. I should have probably started with that in the first place, just to give you some perspective as Umar Johnson lies to you and tries to play victim. No, if Umar Johnson can't use Cash App, it's because of something that he's done that goes against their policies, and PayPal is not going to be that far behind in the situation, everybody. I just want you guys, everyone, to understand that PayPal will not be that far away from this situation as well. I just want you all to understand that. Let's go back to Umar and all of his blubbering complaints and what have you here. Check this out, everybody.
It's Garvey Academy Cash App on Frederick Douglass' birthday. But you leave all the fake Cash Apps up there. All the fake scamming FDMG Cash Apps, all the fraudulent FDMG Cash Apps are still up and running.
Come on, Umar.
Faithful donors at? Where my FDMG faithful donors at? We will not stop. This is only a sign that we are close to completion. That's all this is.
No, you're not. You've been at this for a number of years, Umar. You just juicing, elongating this whole situation to continue because you're living off the donations that black people are giving you because you don't have a real job, you don't have real employment.
Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every setback is a setup for a comeback.
Look at this. Umar, will you stop it, man?
Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every setback is a setup for
Why
a
does he
comeback.
have...
We will not let this stop us. We will not.
Why does he have his... And there he goes with the Philadelphia Eagles hat on that he didn't pay for out from the donation money that y'all give him. He didn't gave the money to the white man. That's the white man's logo. That's the white man's football organization that he continues to tell black people, y'all shouldn't be giving y'all money to the white man. Yet he got the white man's paraphernalia on for the football team.
Let this stop us. Make sure you go to PayPal and you subscribe to be a bronze donor. Can't you give us $50 a month? Be a silver donor. Be a gold donor.
He continues to cyber beg for money. He is the greatest cyber bum that we have ever seen and witnessed on this God's green earth. There's no other person who is a more powerful cyber beggar, cyber con man than Umar Johnson.
That's true.
Platinum donor. Be a diamond donor.
Thank you, everybody,
Go
for being here.
PayPal.me/FDMG Academy right now. Go to PayPal.me/FDMG Academy right now.
I want to thank G. Scott, a.k.a. Super Earth, Queen I Know I Am, B. Riley is in the house, everybody that's here, God's Little Princess, Drake is in the house. Thank you all for being here. Trap Vision 3D, make sure y'all check that brother out. And Trap Vision, make sure you drop the link for the GoFundMe. His son was tragically taken off of this earth. That's my man, Trap Vision 3D. He's a good brother, got a great channel.
Well,
Drop that link to the PayPal for not the PayPal tribute to the GoFundMe as it relates to.
And you know, I didn't make the best decisions and with allocating the funds, and just come clean. The thing about it is, your core Copes followers, they're still going to support you even if you came out and said this was a scam. So I mean, you'll still be probably okay at the end of the day.
Fake scamming FDMG Cash Apps, all the fraudulent FDMG Cash are still up and running. But you know what? That just means we are close to the goal, brothers and sisters. Where my FDMG faithful donors at? Where my FDMG faithful donors at? Where my FDMG faithful donors at? We will not stop. This is only a sign that we are close to completion. That's all this is.
Wow. This brother is a master manipulator. Now he's going to try to tell his supporters that this sabotage by CashApp taking down FDMG account is a sign that they're close to the finish line. How many times have we heard this rhetoric, this theory, this brainwashing from Umar? Brothers and sisters, we're almost at the finish line. We only need one or two more things. Now he's trying to flip this FDMG CashApp being shut down as a positive, to try to get his supporters, to try to extract more money from his supporters by getting them to believe that this is a sign that they're almost at the finish line. Well, I'm here to tell you that this is a sign from the Honorable Frederick Douglass, Marcus Garvey, RBG, that it's time to put an end to this scam.
Yeah.
We got to get PayPal shut down next.
Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every setback.
I'm absolutely convinced that this brother has some type of mental illness. He can't be all the way there. I mean, he didn't even take the damn tag off the hoodie. I mean, the hoodie is 2 sizes too small, and now he's turning the hoodie around and wearing it backwards. This brother's not all the way there.
Is a setup for a comeback. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. We will not let this stop us. We will not let this stop us. Make sure you go.
Let's pause it right there. Like I said, I want to try to keep this video under 15, 16 minutes. Didn't Umar tell black folks not to waste their money on Eagles paraphernalia? I saw a video floating around where Umar was telling people not to get caught up in purchasing Eagles paraphernalia because it was only going to benefit white folks. And there we see in this video, he has a goddamn Eagles paraphernalia on his head. I mean, this guy is just one big hypocrite. I'm going to let it run for a little bit more. But essentially, we got the gist of what's going on here. CashApp has banned Umar Johnson, and I think this is a great thing. And I do believe that this is a sign from the ancestors that this scam is coming to an end.
Go to PayPal and you subscribe to be a bronze donor. Can't you give us $50 a month? Be a silver donor. Be a gold donor.
I'm gonna cut off right here. This guy, he's something else, man. I tell you, it's ridiculous. I mean, now you see, and there's more people making content on him, man. It's like I was watching earlier, and how there's people discovering some else things that he's done related to the school. You know, it's just, man. And there are people still stick up for him and will make up excuses, even though it's been 14 years, 6 years he just got the building, and still doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that on it, and then complete the school. Now you see what the rules with CashApp, and CashApp, and soon to be PayPal. He still doesn't get it. You know, but he blames it on the system, which means he must not be too smart, which means whoever he should learn to listen to people when it comes to dealing with taxes and things like that. And I bet you that's probably one of the reasons why that could be the reason why too they cancel them. I mean, if you've been doing something over a decade, I mean, I would think PayPal Cash App would say, hey, what's going on here? Because it don't take that long. And that was his intention, probably to keep on having people sending money through Cash App and PayPal for the next, who knows how long do you want to keep it going? It's been since 2014. It's 2025 now. And it's just ridiculous, man. But now that's for the rules for everybody. So it ain't just the white man is doing something. It's for everybody. If you make a certain amount of money, they're gonna have the government's coming after you. And you, like Information Man is saying. I mean, I don't know what is there more to say. I mean, the proof is right there, but I guarantee you there's going to be people who will get offended that he's pointing something out, the other guy's pointing something out. You can present the truth, and these people will still get hate on their channel because they got a lot of subscribers. So you're going to get some cycle, oh, you hating on a brother. Oh, see a black man trying to rise. How long does he take to have to trying to rise if he don't tell you something? And see, that's that witchcraft stuff. When someone do you like that, subconsciously do things like that, they're witchcrafting you with that spirit. That's what that's what probably with Umar. That's why I think why he repeats stuff, and that gets you to kind of suck you on in. He used some kind of reverse psychology on people, make you feel that you're not giving enough. Secondly, and he don't want to take accountability as a person, but he wants to throw it on somebody else. That's probably what it was like in his relationships. If he was in a relationship with a woman, he'll throw it on them. But yet he wants to give counseling to couples. He talked about it on session. But yeah, that's it. That's the new thing about. So for just as this is centered around really about Cash App and PayPal. So I don't know any people making donations online, but that's the new rule. But this was concerned with this problem. But I hope this educates you. Like and subscribe. Yeah, but for the people who's going to be support this guy, I mean, he's just flying across the country and around the world on their money. He's basically what it is, and he'll take a certain percentage and keep doing little by little. We put the doors up. They put up air conditioning on 1 year. That was it. But it's like tons of work in there that need to be done. He had some people out there painting the building. Didn't scrape the building, didn't check for mold or anything. They had people out there painting. They probably painting over asbestos and mold because the building been sitting so long. It's a not so great neighborhood too. It's one of the high crime neighborhood. Then I pulled up the data, and other people pulled up the data on what is the territory like around it. It's in the high crime area. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go back and watch this channel. But yeah, for those people who's getting probably know, that's good to know about Cash App and PayPal. In case your donors is giving you money or funds, or you doing any kind of business transaction over. That's good to know something about that. In case this but he thinks it's this conspiracy. He thinks it's Elon Musk or somebody. He started blaming Elon, Jeff Goldberg. You know, he probably Google and YouTube or whatever. They got some kind, or the FBI is coming after him next. So he's a little crazy mess. Ain't nobody. He's not. He thinks he's not really that important. You know. They can see right through his stuff too. They just probably don't say nothing. They probably thinking, but the people who keep supporting him, they go to his lectures. It means either they don't watch the internet too much or they don't do research. And anybody from the streets or anybody that's have common sense can see that this guy's full of mess. If you do research on him, now everybody can't be wrong as being doing video. They put up receipts and possibilities and everything, but you're gonna have some people that still gonna give him money. I mean, it's basically like a comedy show. You might as well, or just be a paid speaker. But that's basically what it is, and he's just wasting time. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, didn't want to make the video too long. Hope you like and subscribe. Till next time. Yeah, so for those of you doing business with those two platforms, that's what's going to happen this year. Take care. Be blessed.